All right, everyone. It is, started into show season right now, where a lot of people are trying to find gear for next year. Wanted to talk about something that, I don't know, you don't need the fanciest thing to make this done. It just needs to be sharp. I want to talk about knives. So I have 3 different types that I typically carry. Actually, hold on. Just remembered my 4th kind. It's in here. Ha! Got some bird feathers on it. 4 types of knives that I use. This one, as you can tell, I use predominantly for birds. I'll jump into that one first. So this is the Gerber replaceable blade micro. It's got a nice sharp stainless steel blade. Comes in, you can get replaceable blades for them in packs. So it's number 60, 12 pack sealed. Each one's brand new, good to go, hot to trot. Downside of this blade is it is a little flimsy. It's a great skinner for, if you're doing a deer real quick. The blades are sharp real quick to get a sharp blade again, because you just peel it out of the pack and go. Did come with a nice little belt holder that has a couple other, it's got 2 pouches, one for the knife, one for the blades. Great little knife. I know Gerber makes the bigger version with a replaceable blade for breaking down elk, etc. like that. I use this for birds because I like having that flexibility to get underneath. I skin all my birds or breast them. I don't pluck. So great to break down pheasants with, grouse even. It usually stays in the pack just because it's so light, so small, so compact. Easily carryable. So the other knives that I have, I do have the Montana Knife Company Matthews knife. This is the Whitetail 2.0. Nice long blade, good stiff back, good strong skinner. I did my entire bull in Arizona this year without sharpening it. So I got to touch it up before the start of this next season, but this knife, one and done, did the whole thing. Great knife. It is a little bit pricey. It was $250, I believe, was the cost on this. So if you can swing it, if you can find a knife like this for cheap, it's a good quality knife. Comes with its own Kitech sheath that has its own belt connection. Good knife, not necessarily needed for the price point. So some of the things, one of the knives that I've always used, and I've gotten all the new hunters that I mentor this is the Sharp Finger by Old Timer. So it's good old 1520 steel. Got a nice little hook to her. This knife used to be about that long when I first got it. I've sharpened it so much. It holds a really nice point. See if I can't get that up there to show you guys a little bit of that blade geometry. It's nice and thick in the back. Comes down to a nice narrow. This is a great skinner knife. As you can see how I like to hold mine. I keep that finger on the top, guide it. So if I'm reaching into an animal, I'm in the gut cavity, I'm working in there where I can't see my hands. I can see this. I've quartered out an elk with it. For breaking down, the one thing I will say with this knife is the blade is a little small to do big cuts. So, but price point on this is $25. Sometimes you can find them for 20 cheaper. Really affordable knife, great knife. I've had this knife for 15 years now. The same exact one, same leather sheath, keeps it nice and protected. Great knife for those balling on a budget. It'll get anything done you want to. Now I pair that with its big brother, the good old fashioned 1400 steel by Old Timer. Nice big knife. You can tell I haven't actually cleaned that this year. Still got some fat on it. I use this knife a lot when I break down elk. So You can see it's got a nice big grip to it. Really nice long blade. This is for getting down long, works really well for getting down along the backbone, going through the back straps, getting all that trimmed out. Allows you to get some leverage on things when you need to, say you need to pop that hip socket out to get that connector cut. This just gives you a little bit more leverage, keeping your hands away from it. Again, price point on this knife is not going to break the bank. It's under 50 bucks. Two options for knives that I think, you know, love Montana Knife Company, love Iron Will's new knives that they just came out with. There's a lot of fancy knives out there that if you want to and you can afford to, great, go get it. But just wanted a quick hitter for today to talk about. You don't necessarily need a $300 knife to go out and cut anything. Actually, you absolutely don't need a $300 knife to go out and cut anything. I know a lot of people that gut deer still with the old flip open old timer pocket knives. The big key is to have a sharp knife. Now in my kill kit, a couple things that I keep it handy. One is, you know, some of you watching me are going to judge me, but the good old fashioned Smith's knife sharpener. It'll work in a pinch. This is just to touch the blade up in the field. Take it, run it over the blade a couple quick times. Give it a couple quick, just to touch that up. Just boom, boom, boom. Work that tip just a little bit. Might as well work on this while I'm doing it. But just a quick hitter. Bring that edge a little bit back to it so we can finish gutting an animal. So these are $5 on Amazon. Find them at your local Ace Hardware. Super affordable. I also have the Work Sharp version in my hip belt pouch. This knife, same concept. It has a shaping side. It also has a honing side, so rubber grips on each side. Set it down on a good hard surface you have, rock, tree, whatever you have in the woods. Give that edge a little bit of shape, and then flip it over and give that a quick hone. Again, these are all primarily tools that I use in the field. So you've got a nice little file on that side. If you have some burrs you got to take out that need a little bit more aggressiveness to them. Again, these are quick hitters for sharpening. They won't replace, good time spent on a hone blade, any of the other mechanical sharpening machines that are out there on the market. Work Sharp makes a lot of great sharpening tools for a bench, etc. Keeping your blade sharp, pre-season, clean, helps you in the field, minimizes your chance of cutting yourself, gives you better safety. But these are the little tools that I carry with me when we go out in the field so that I can get the job done when I need to get the job done. So those are the knives. I wanted to talk about knives because everyone has a favorite knife, this, that, or the other. This is my all-time favorite. It costs less than a 6-pack of beer when I bought it on sale. It's a great knife made by Old Timer. This is also a phenomenal knife made by Montana Knife Company. Price difference of over $200 between the two of them. They both do the exact same thing. They both cut as long as they're sharp. They're both a strong knife, sturdy knife with a good handle and good geometry to them. So those are the things you want to look out for when you're looking at a knife. You don't want something with a blade that's too flimsy, i.e. a small Gerber, a small replaceable blade. This will not be a great tool to break down an elk with. You're going to struggle. You're not really going to get through the hide just because that blade is just it's got too much forgiveness. But this is great for filleting, great for other things, great for putting, cutting my lunch meat up because I can replace the blade on it, etc. Great little overall knife to have. Not a great tool to break down deer, elk, etc. Can get a deer with this. I've gutted a couple does with it. But just some of the gear that we use here. Again, none of this is set in stone. You have to do this. We aren't paid by anybody to talk about these things. These are just what we have in our bag. Just trying to show you what we use. But thanks for joining this week's quick talk on gear. If you like it, leave us a comment. Reach out to redpatchoutdoors.com. That's Molly. She's barking at us. Come on, baby girl. It's time for day to be done. Yeah. The dogs are awake finally, so it's time to sign off. Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a good day.